Geno King Boxing back in the building, back with some more boxing news. And yes, we all watched the Gervonta Tank Davis, Lamont Roach press conference today, held in New York, Barclays Center. And man, it was an interesting press conference they had today. Gervonta Tank Davis coming out, making some bold statements, saying that he's going to retire after the fight. But come on, people. Do we all believe that? Do we all believe this is Tank Davis's last fight? He said the game is over with. He said the boxing game is over with. And this is his last fight. But I'll be honest, I don't believe it. It could be a ploy to sell a fight. But let's be honest, most of these guys have no other income outside of boxing. And you think a guy that's making up to $20, $25 million a fight is going to walk away? I'm not saying Gervonta doesn't have any other kind of business ventures. But if you think he's going to walk away from getting $20 to $25 million a fight in his prime of his career, possibly getting more, he could possibly get $50 million if he fights the right opponent. And he's at the prime of his career, and he knows he can beat majority of these guys. Come on. This guy's not retiring. A lot of people are going to feed into it and be talking about it. But it was an interesting press conference. They're trying to, you can tell Gervonta and those guys are trying to make it seem like Lamont Roach is that guy that it could be an upset or this or that. Y'all know how Floyd used to do to sell his fights against an opponent we know Floyd was going to win against. He would try to play it like, oh, man, I haven't fought in a year. Man, I'm going to be a little rusty. I don't know what's going to happen. Come on, man. We all know you're still sharp and you're going to win the fight. So he can't try to sell the fight to people that know the business. But it's going to be interesting to see what Gervonta brings to the table in this fight. It's going to be interesting to see. He made some other comments, too, talking about Shakur Stevenson. They talked about Shakur Stevenson, and he said Shakur ain't got nothing. Shakur ain't got no pop on his offense, nothing. He also stated that Shakur Stevenson only has defense, and defense doesn't win boxing matches. Only football and basketball is where defense wins you championships. That's what Gervonta said. I'd have to disagree with that. I think defense does win championships in boxing. Yeah, you have to have offense, but we seen that with Money Mayweather, how good he was. He was a defensive technician, all defense. I'm not going to say he was all defense. Let me take that back. Floyd had an offensive arsenal, but he was very defensive sound, and Floyd came and got you on offense. Floyd knew off top that he was going to have to set the tone for his defense. For his offense. He's going to have to set the tone. He can't just sit back and make a guy miss. He has to counter, and he's going to have to go get the guy at some point of the fight. And I think that's what Shakur Stevenson mostly needs to work on. He needs to go and get his opponent. He needs to be a killer out there. Yeah, you can be defensive sound, but you got to go get your opponent. So I understand what Gervonta was trying to say, but defense is a great arsenal to have when you're fighting these big punches, So, yeah, very interesting press conference. It's going to be interesting to see the fight. We all know Gervonta is going to beat Lamont Roach. I don't know how bad, but we know Gervonta is going to win the fight. And all this talk about him retiring, man, is bull. I don't believe that one bit, But for the most part, it was a great press conference. This is Geno King Boxing. Y'all press that subscribe button, press that like button, and I'm out.